Hey guys, how's it going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're taking a look at the Ace 52 CQB carbine. Now, this was a gun I was pretty keen to try out because both the Ace 23 assault rifle and the Ace 21 carbine are both pretty solid weapons. I had pretty high expectations for the Ace 52 from the beginning, but all I can say is that after playing with it for quite some time, I was less than impressed by the gun. Now, don't get me wrong, this gun isn't terrible, and I did end up learning how to do quite well with it, but it's definitely not worthy of the prestige the Ace 23 deserves. Basically, the Ace 52 is a bit like the Scar H assault rifle in that it fires a larger caliber round which deals more damage. Like the Scar H, the Ace 52 has quite a few disadvantages to balance this out though, so let's take a look at the stats and figure out how this weapon works. This gun hits a fair bit harder than most carbines, dealing 34 damage out to 8 meters, which drops off to its minimum damage of 20 at 50 meters. This translates into a minimum of a 3-bullet kill at close range and a maximum of a 6-bullet kill at long range. This is balanced by its fairly low rate of fire of 650 RPM. Now, these two stats alone should start to suggest that the gun is more suited for mid to long range combat, but this is where the cracks in the Ace 52 start to appear. This gun has a muzzle velocity of only 400 meters per second, which would be acceptable for a PDW or a close range carbine. But for a weapon that's designed to take out long range targets, this can be a huge issue. A slow muzzle velocity will make hitting moving targets much harder and will increase your bullet drop, so this is definitely something you'll need to get used to. Another problem for long range shooting is that, like all of the other carbines, the Ace 52 isn't particularly accurate when standing. As a trade-off though, it's a little bit more accurate when moving, and it's a bit more accurate when firing from the hip. A heavy barrel could fix these accuracy issues, but another big issue with the Ace 52 is that while it has a balanced horizontal recoil of 0.25 to the left and the right, it has a relatively high vertical recoil of 0.45. It also has a pretty high first shot recoil multiplier of 2.3, so even without a heavy barrel, this gun can be a pain to control. The last issue with the Ace 52 is that it only has a 26 round capacity. This isn't quite as bad as the Scar H, but it's still a drawback worth mentioning. Fortunately, this gun doesn't take too long to reload, reloading from empty in 3.1 seconds and reloading in 2.2 seconds with a bullet still in the chamber. So obviously we have some issues to address here, so what attachments work best with this weapon? Well, I tried this gun out with pretty much every attachment, but I found myself coming back to the angled grip and the suppressor. The angled grip really does a lot to help out with the vertical recoil and will make tap firing much easier. I tried out the muzzle brake and the stubby grip combo to try and accomplish the same thing, but unfortunately you'll have to sacrifice the suppressor to run this setup. I like the suppressor for a lot of guns purely because so many people play off the minimap in Battlefield 4. The issue with the suppressor is that it reduces your muzzle velocity by a massive amount, and putting it on weapons that have a high muzzle velocity to begin with is just removing one of their best characteristics. Weapons like the Ace 52 that have a slow muzzle velocity to begin with are great candidates for the suppressor because it's not exactly making them much worse. For this reason, I think you're better off running with the angled grip and the suppressor on this gun because it really will help you chain together longer kill streaks and it'll help you to get the edge on your enemies. As for the rest of the attachments on this gun, well, I don't think the magnifier is of much use because, like I explained before, it's not a very accurate gun. The laser sight isn't a bad choice for those really tight situations, but being that it's not a great weapon to hip fire, maybe the tack light would be a better alternative. Also, the high-powered optics are not a good choice for any carbine. Any one-time sight should do just fine. So to wrap up this review, like I said before, the Ace 52 isn't a terrible gun, but it's not really a great all-round gun either. It's really limited in what ranges it's effective at, and I really don't think it has a unique edge over any other weapon in Battlefield 4. My advice with this gun would be to play passively and don't push in too hard on objectives, because you won't have the RPM or the capacity to deal with everyone that you come across. Also, don't waste ammo on longer range moving targets, because although you have the damage model to take these guys out, you'll struggle to actually hit them. So if you're really interested in how this weapon plays out, then by all means give it a go, but honestly, I think there are a number of other carbines that would work just as well, or if not better than the Ace 52. One thing that I do like about this gun though is the fact that, like the Scar H, it's a unique weapon in its class. It's just a shame that we got the CQB variant and not the full-length assault rifle, because I feel like this would have been a lot more useful. So good try, DICE, and hopefully you'll include more weapons like this in future DLCs. But anyway guys, that's it, and as always, if you like what you see, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please check out all my other Battlefield 4 videos. I've got them all linked in a playlist in the description below. And if you have any suggestions for weapons or loadouts that you'd like to see in future episodes on this channel, then let me know in the comments of this video or send me a tweet on Twitter at BillyEatWorld. But anyway guys, until next time, see you later and have a good one.